And the disc on this one? Oh no! Oh, this is bad. I might have to take this one back. But oh my god, it's got marker on it. Yo, I'm going to show you guys some games I got this month. But I have some old games. We'll start from the oldest and work our way up. I got a couple Donkey Kong games. Donkey Kong 64. I popped it in and played it. I had a little trouble getting it started. I got to get it finagled in my machine just perfectly, but it runs. This cart is actually really good looking. I like the label on the front is basically perfect. The yellow cartridge itself is really clean. Only thing I found is on the back, there's a little bit of some kind of darker stain on the very top edge of the back sticker. Other than that, it looks really, really great. I really love this. This yellow cart looks just really cool. And alongside that, I got Donkey Kong Land 2, obviously for the Game Boy. Yeah, both these have really good art. The stickers look great on them. The games themselves are actually pretty fun. I played both these a little bit. You play as Diddy Kong in this one. He has a couple different abilities you can switch around with. I think depending on what he's wearing, it's a hat or whatever pixelated thing that it looks like there. He's swapping around when he has a couple abilities. And regular Donkey Kong over here has a lot of your typical platforming abilities. Your punch, he's got a kick, got a ground pound. Just your typical platformer abilities. But gameplay wise, these are both pretty good. This guy is just your typical kind of, your real simple platformer, because the game just starts and you're in the game and you're in the first level and you just kind of run through it, and then you're in the second level. There's some cool shortcuts I found, a lot of hidden items and stuff that isn't necessarily explained, but stuff that just happens when you collect stuff. Really simple, little fun game. And Donkey Kong 64 is a typical collectathon, but it seems like there's a little bit less items to collect in most collectathons. This is like if you run across one of those golden bananas, it's like kind of a big deal. Maybe something a little bit more like the Power Cells and Jak and Daxter. It's just kind of they're a little more rare, a little more important when you do find them. And then second, we got some PlayStation 1 games. We got Cool Borders 2, which I tried, and the tutorial that you can do, the master of the tricks, was really hard to figure out. But I just looked up on the internet how to do actual tricks, and it made it make a little bit more sense, and I was able actually to start doing some cool tricks. So Cool Borders 2, the manual, all this stuff looks really good so far. Like maybe there's some wear on the case, on the jewel case and all. The manual looks really great. I'm sure if I actually looked in the manual before I played the game, I'd probably have a better understanding of stuff. I just kind of jumped into it because I figured I'd figure it out. But actually, you got to push just the right combinations of buttons and the just exactly the right way to actually do spins and tricks and stuff. And the disc itself doesn't look terrible. I think it's just got a lot of fingerprints on it I could probably clean up. There's a couple small scratches on there, but it looks really great actually. And obviously the front label looks good. And all this back art looks actually nice. Really, looks really nice too. Yeah, so far all this stuff looks actually pretty good. And then some other PlayStation 1 games I got are actually there's Super Nintendo re-releases on the PlayStation 1 of Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV. So I haven't played these yet, but I have played a little bit of Chrono Cross, and that's one game I really want to keep playing. As far as JRPGs go, it was actually in its plastic wrap when I got it. I took the plastic off already. Because I wanted to show my girlfriend. I wanted to maybe see if we can get into JRPGs together, see if that's something we can play either together or kind of like how we watch anime together once in a while. We should maybe try playing a JRPG, because then she can be a little more intrigued by some good stories. Black and white manuals, but it goes in and tells you some really good lore detail of some of these. I was looking through these characters and I noticed Sid in there. So Sid, I think he definitely makes his appearance in a boatload of the Final Fantasy games. Yeah, everything in this one's absolutely perfect because I literally had to take it out of the plastic wrap. Yeah, just the reflection of everything in here. So this is like the most perfect CD I've ever seen, pretty much. So yeah, obviously these are brand spanking new. Yeah, there's only one manual in here for the two games. If I can get it shut again, gotta have it just right to get it back in. It's a lot to fit in there. Then the Chrono Cross disc. This one's actually really great because the backside has really good art on the backside of the label here. And then let's go into some original Xbox games. The cool thing about these Xbox games is that I'm finally dabbling in the reverse compatibility capability of the Xbox 360. And pretty much by this August or September, I've had that 360 for 10 years, and I'm finally starting to dabble in its reverse compatibility. which is pretty nuts because, I mean, I could have done this since day one, played some of these games, but I just, never really thought about it or tried to do it. I knew that the Xbox 360, at least for the last few years, I knew it could do backwards compatible stuff, but I didn't, I knew it was about half of the old library, and I didn't really bother with it too much because I didn't want to, try to figure out which games were compatible, but obviously, Wikipedia just has a page of every game that you can play, and some of it, and I knew some of the issues with the emulation aren't perfect on all the games, so some games will have sound glitches or whatever else. So first, let's take a look at Rainbow Six 3, since Ubisoft decided to make some more Tom Clancy games that aren't real Tom Clancy games, so I decided to play some real Tom Clancy games. Because this seems like the natural progression. If I really like the Vegas games, I should probably go back and play maybe some of these older ones. So yeah, again, this case looks really good. There's this line across here. It's almost like a gouge through the whole front plastic, but other than that, this looks really nice too. Actually, I haven't cracked this open yet. I like that holographic Xbox sticker. That's really cool. Oh, this is another perfect disc. Maybe it's resurfaced, but it looks really great. And all the manual stuff is in here. Yeah, Ghost Recon, Jungle Island Thunder on the back. More black and white photos. Yeah, back then you didn't have color. I don't think any of these manuals. But yeah, this manual looks great. Maybe a little ding in the corner, very tiny. But looks pretty good otherwise. And it even has a 2-month free trial of original Xbox Live. And it still has the card on it. So here's the actual card itself. And there it is. Yeah, you could totally scratch it off right now if you wanted to. It's original. I wonder if it'd still work. It definitely wouldn't work. Of course, the original Xbox Live is down, so obviously it wouldn't work. But it's really cool, actually. It's like an old iTunes card. That looks really great. That's cool. But then we have Soul Calibur 2. Yeah, I played Soul Calibur 5 or 4, and I played a little bit of the original game at conventions where I could get my hands on a Sega Dreamcast that would be on display for everyone to play, and I played a little bit of the original Soul Calibur like that, and it's really fun, easy to get into, start up playing game. So I'm kind of excited to actually own a Soul Calibur game, and especially 2, since it's going to be a little closer to that first game, and maybe play a little, slightly seriously. I don't play very many fighting games, but I can pick and choose the ones I actually want to spend time with. There's a little bit of a wear line here. On this one, no manual. I don't know if it came with a manual, but there's no manual here. That disc actually looks really nice. I like the characters. And the disc on this one. Oh no! Oh, this is bad. I might have to take this one back. Sorry, Shyler and Peter, but I might have to give this one back to you guys. It's got some marker or something on it. See if I can wash that off. Maybe I'll wear that off again. But oh no, maybe it plays. Maybe it's just fine. Maybe you guys totally saw that. I'm gonna have to show you guys that, because that might not be good. It's a little smudged up too. This really needs a cleaning. It doesn't look terrible for scratches. It's got some fine scratches on there, but it should be good. But oh my god, it's got marker on it. I mean, I'm not expecting this stuff to be perfect. I really don't care. But yeah, marker. I've never seen that before. Marker on a game disc like that. We'll get that checked out. We'll see what happens. I'll see if I can run that game. I haven't popped it in my Xbox yet. Let's see what happens. Maybe it runs. If it runs, I'll just keep it. Whatever. In another original Xbox game, Project Gotham Racing. Oh, this is actually really cool. It's like a good hybrid of arcade and simulation game. It feels kind of weighty. All the cars have different handling. It's actually really fun to play. I like it a lot. I like the radio stations and everything. It's Platinum Hits copy. I mean, yeah, these games are dirt cheap, and they're just really fun. I don't know how you can be so cheap. I mean, this game probably sold a lot. But, oh, yeah, it's in my Xbox right now. I was playing it. Yeah, I got to keep the disc in that disc tray, or else the disc tray gets stuck. So that's where that disc is at right now, since I was playing it last. Just a magnetic sticker for security. I wonder if that's from when it was brand new. I mean, for $3, I don't think the pad did that. It's a little wavy. It's not perfectly straight. But it's fine. Really great. I don't really care too much. None of this stuff is going to be super collectible. I just hold on to it forever. But yeah, color manual. Really cool, actually. Yeah, this doesn't help me a whole lot. I got to play this on an Xbox 360 controller, but it all pretty much translates. And then let's go to some of these PlayStation 2 games I got. Now this is one of the most expensive games I ever bought in my life so far. After using some store credit, I actually paid about $90 for this game, $91. So it was a little bit more expensive than that, but I had credit with me from previous trade-ins, and that's obviously Silent Hill 2. And I haven't played this one yet. I don't think I even opened it. I don't think I've done that yet. But that's a really beefy manual actually. And yeah, this disc looks great. And not bad. Not bad, not perfect, not bad either, but good enough. See what's good for just cleaning. I wanted to see if what's a good material just for cleaning these cases. A little bit of wear on the inside of the case there. A little bit kind of fragile. Don't open that up a bunch of times. But the box itself isn't big deal. You can get a replacement box as long as it's got the card holder. It should be good to go. Everything else can get transplanted to a new host case. And this manual looks really good. And obviously it's a Konami game, so they're advertising a Metal Gear Solid 2 at the time. Yeah, another color manual so far. Yeah, full color manual. Oh, this looks actually really nice. This is really cool. I haven't looked in this yet. Yeah, like really edgy here. Check out, this is how it plugs into your PlayStation, stupid. Look how edgy and cool and dark and red this looks. So prologue information, character stuff. Oh, this looks really neat. I just started getting into playing some more actual survival horror games, so now I'm branching out. Hopefully I can handle it. I'm not really a horror guy, but I've been playing more of those types of games recently. Plus they're, really collectible. There, I'll leave that there. And I got 2 Lord of the Rings games. I played this one a little bit when I was a kid. I borrowed it from somebody. And I got to the point where I actually start playing the actual levels, from the second movie. And the levels get a lot longer, and I didn't ever beat that first level. Basically, the first set of levels are from the first movie, and they're like 5 minutes each. And is basically just a extended tutorial to finish that first movie. And it kind of got hard after I played, and just recently too. I got that in about 40 minutes. I caught up to where I was when I was a kid, and there is definitely some kind of a difficulty spike at that last mission with where Boromir gets killed, and the first mission in the second, and when you're in the woods. So there's definitely a little bit of a difficulty spike, but I suppose you could grind and level up your characters better, and just start actually using actual combinations instead of just mashing the buttons. But it's kind of a button mashy type game. I played this game for a good hour and a half, 2 hours already. But yeah, it's a really neat game. And then there's my receipt there, black white manual. Let's take a look at the disc. Oh, it looks really great. You can see my dump face in the mirror there, can't you? Oh, it looks actually really good. Label looks good. The cool thing about this game is that it has all kinds of like behind the scenes stuff from the movies. And it's like interviews with the cast about playing their video game characters for this movie. And it's like there's just a lot of behind the scenes. It's like if you're a hardcore Lord of the Rings fan, or at least a hardcore not Percy Jackson. His name's got to be on the back of this box, right? That's right, Peter Jackson. I mean, if you're a Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings fan, you should have these games just for the behind the scenes stuff that's embedded in this game. It's been a long time since I watched Lord of the Rings films, and just seeing like the snippets of the cutscenes in this game make me really just want to go back and watch them again. Because I was a dumb little kid and I don't really pay attention that much. I just like the action sequences, but now I can pay attention to the finer details of the plot. Maybe finally read the books or watch the extended editions of these movies, because I've never done that. That'd probably be what I'm gonna do next, is actually get back in Lord of the Rings, because it's been a long time since I've seen those movies. Return of the King's game, and now this game is actually really popular. A lot of people say they like this one. It's probably, I haven't played it yet, so I'll have to give it a shot. But based on what I know, people, I think, like this game more than maybe this one, but it really depends. Now this game has 2-player, and 2-player is a little janky. And this game, only has 1 player, so some people like this game for the 2-player aspect of it, but it's kind of janky because you all have to share the same screen all the time. You can't run off, and those are my PS2 games. And then we have some PS3 games. I got a PS3, a fully reverse compatible one It's an original model, but I took it apart and I saw that it had a higher capacity hard drive. So it has a 160 gig hard drive, but it's an original model PS3, which is really neat because then because I was worried that if I was getting original model PS3, I would have to fight with all my the storage. I went and tear it apart myself and added some more new thermal paste to the chips. And so yeah, I only had it running a couple times before I replaced that thermal paste. But to me, it looks like it runs a lot smoother, not smoother, but a lot quieter. The fan doesn't kick up super high as it used to, so that's real nice. So yeah, if you have an old console out there, don't be too scared to take that shit apart and replace the thermal paste. Of course, I should be the one to talk because but first, I think the first game I popped in when I got that PS3 running is that I'm obviously looking for a PS3 exclusive because everything else I'm probably going to play on Xbox 360. It's the console I had for 10 years already. Probably going to keep playing games on my 360 when I can, just for the achievement points and everything. Yeah, I popped in Killzone 3 just to get used to it. I did this game actually been really cool to have if I played it 10 years ago when I would have upgraded to a newer console from a PlayStation 2, because this game has bots just like the Gears of War games I like with bots, because I played that a lot in Xbox 360 when I didn't, because I don't have online, so I always played I spent a lot of games on Xbox 360 that had bots. So Call of Duty with bots, Gears of War with bots, and a bunch of other single player games. And this game has single player multiplayer with bots, which is really cool. So it was a good way just to get started and try it out a little bit. And the guns actually feel really good. And promotional code for SOCOM 4, still good, I think, for the beta. And then manual, black and white manual. I don't really have to take these out. I can kind of flip through this right here. Yeah, just your typical stuff. And now this is a cool looking disc, actually. And I like that design. It's got that logo there. The red and gray looks really nice. And the disc looks really great. On that back art looks really cool too. Let's take a look at that reversible art here. Okay. Some bad dudes, I'm assuming, and some main characters I either don't know about or haven't learned of yet. No, that's really cool. I like it when games give you a full panorama picture to look at. Something you can actually just reverse. I love reversible covers, especially when this kind of coverage has, not this sticker, but logo here, SOCOM promotional thing, best of E3, PlayStation Move, only on PlayStation. Has all this stuff sitting on the front cover. It's cool to be able to reverse that around and just look at some really pretty looking art. Then I also tried Little Big Planet 2. Now I hear that the original Little Big Planet is kind of the popular one, but I picked up this one just because it was available. And yeah, pretty much all these games came from the pad. I don't think I've gotten those online orders yet. This front art is a little bit faded. You can see it's kind of got the blue hint of UV damage. The back looks a little bit nicer. But this looks really nice, yeah. Family Video. This is a Family Video. I wonder if this came from the one in New London that closed down just recently. I think so, because I feel like I've seen this game sit there in Family Video before. No, this looks really nice. I'll probably just flip this around for the sake of this being kind of UV damaged. I'm probably going to flip this around, make this the front cover, because, we all know it's a Little Big Planet 2. Every one of these discs has got like smudgy fingerprints or something all over them. I know it's not me, because I don't touch my grubby little fingers on the surface of the disc. I don't do that. Everything's always on the edges. Maybe you'll see edges from me, but I don't ever stick my hands just on the darn disc there. And the game I've probably been playing the most over the last 2 weeks is MotorStorm. This game's actually really cool. Graphically, it looks just fine. Like, I have no complaints, and it holds up really well. Gameplay-wise, I think it's actually really cool. It's a little bit of rock, paper, scissors, so every track has different routes and different cars available, and different cars are better on the different routes depending on their terrain. And there's a lot of different vehicles, and you unlock a few more, and you do like 11 to 15 other vehicles per race, so it's really hectic. And obviously the disc isn't in here because I've been playing it sitting in the PS3 right now. This case is a little bit busted. I think this was intact when I got it, and then the first time I opened it, it busted in half. Yeah, but the back art looks cool. Yeah, it's kind of the aesthetic of the game. Yeah, but this is definitely the game I've been playing for the last couple weeks because I'm trying to get through it. I think I'm on level 3 events out of level 4 events, so there's a bunch more. So I'm like halfway through the game when it comes to the number of events. Plus, if I get gold and everything, I can do the final event, which is it's called Apocalypse. And I think so far my favorite type of vehicle to drive is probably buggies, and when they're favorable, I like driving the rally cars just because they're a little bit quicker, but they're very particular to the track, so I only like them when they're absolutely perfect to play. The bikes and the ATVs, they're a little bit squirrely. The when you get a good track, the big rigs are fun, but they're just a little bit slow and chunkier. You got to stay down in the mud with them. So I like the I like some of the lighter, faster, good maneuverable, but nothing too sluggy, nothing too more of middle of the road type cars because they, like in the mud pluggers, you can still bash in stuff and do some damage, but they're a little bit slower than maybe some of the buggies or the other vehicles. But it also depends on the particular vehicle you're driving. So, like, the only vehicle I actively dislike is the truck mud plugger because it's slower than the other mud pluggers, and that just makes it's just too slow for me. But this game's actually really cool. I like it a lot. But yeah, share, like, and subscribe because yeah, I want to do more of these. This is actually really fun. I'm usually talking about manga in this type of format on my other channel, but no, I was actually able to spend a good amount of time talking about video games, doing it in this way. So this is really cool. So yeah, guys, check me out next time, and see you guys later.